Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to my channel. This reading is for the healer. If you felt drawn to this reading and you've never ever considered or thought or wondered if you are a healer, then perhaps this is a gentle nudge in that direction. Some of us heal with music. Some of us heal with our art. Some of us heal in the kitchen through cooking. Every human being has come here with a special talent, a hobby, something you love to do, something you enjoy sharing with the world or with other people. That is usually the area where you are channeling your healing or your medicine through. So you could be the type of healer that steps into a space and makes people feel seen and loved. And you think that, well, that's just who I am. And you don't realize that it is medicine, that it transforms those who come into contact with you. The Archangel Gabriel steps forward with a message for you, and the overarching theme here is that you have been taking your gift, your energy, who you are, for granted. You have not really recognized how much value you bring. And this is manifested in you experiencing relationships and situations where you feel hurt because others don't see your value or your good intentions. It's a mirroring of what's been happening between you and your gift, you and your energy, you and who you are. So, this is a message for a collective from the Archangel Gabriel. And so if this message resonates, beautiful, then you know it's for you. We're going to trust your guides and keepers, your connection. Because if you are working with the Archangel Gabriel right now, or the Archangel Gabriel is supporting you in a particular way, you would know, you would feel the energy, and you will feel like, I think this is for me. So just trust that. So, the Archangel Gabriel works with the white ray of purification. It's a white light. It's a ray of white light for purification and clarity. In order to channel, you are a vessel. You are a medium. You are a wand of sorts. You channel your essence, your magic, your energy to the world. And you channel it through this vessel, who you are. And in order to do that, with the utmost success, or from a place of absolute alignment, your vessel, the energy that flows through from one chakra to the next, from one part of you to the next, through the next, has to be clear. No energy blockages. And what happens for you, what happens for all of us, is when there is a blockage, it begins to manifest in a number of areas of our lives, so that we can recognize it, pay attention, start to accumulate the information that is being granted to us, so that we can then make the difference or create the shift or the transformation. The Archangel Gabriel brings you this message to remind you that you can invoke the support, this white ray of this white light, this ray of purified, pure source energy for grace and purification in your own system where you might be experiencing blockages. The Archangel Gabriel comes to bring you this message that it's time for you to release old memories. They're holding you in a stagnant place. And this is where all the pain and the resistance and the disease is coming from. You're stuck. It's as if all of the wheels are moving. All of the inertia is in place for you to move forward. But there's this barrier. It's like you're stuck in this space and you can't break through this barrier. That barrier is the old ingrained memories that you are replaying over and over. The ego is struggling to release it because so much of your sense of self and your sense of identity and the false sense of security was associated with ideas, with these ego attachments. And the ego is afraid of releasing it. Who are we? Who are we? When we are not these ideas, these beliefs, when we don't identify in this way. Well, the idea is that through enlightenment we become nothing. And through becoming nothing, we release everything that we thought that we are. The constructs. And as a result, we become everything. You are being called to discipline. There is a part of you, beloved, that is resistant to the process. You've been pushing against your own process, the discipline, the practices, the way of thinking, the reassessing, the reevaluating. This is not something that you do for a month or two or even 1 year and then, well, now I carry on and live happily ever after. This is a meeting of the self that we become. And it becomes a part of our process, a part of who we are, a part of our state of being forevermore. Enlightenment is not a certificate or a badge of honor that someone gives you and says, right now you are. You never have to worry about anything again. You don't have to show up for yourself. You don't have to do the work. And you're guaranteed to get into heaven. That was a lie. Heaven or hell is here. And your capacity to get into alignment moment by moment from one subject to another, to honor yourself, to choose love and not judgment, to choose grace and not resistance. That is the practice that helps you to get into alignment moment by moment. That is the state of being, that is enlightenment. And we have to choose that on a daily basis. The Archangel Gabriel is bringing you order and discipline. So some of the things that you have been experiencing have been highlighting the resistance that resides there. For example, if you know that your body's been calling for more movement and you set an intention to do that, but now you feel like it's too much. It's too much is expected from you. You're too busy. There have been other things that needed to be taken care of. That is resistance. You're unable to keep a promise to yourself and your rest, and the manifestation is dis-ease. Because if the promise you made, the decision you made to incorporate movement was not the right one, you would have peace with not doing it. You would not then manifest dis-ease in the body. You would not then manifest depression. You would not then manifest frustration and more self-hatred or loathing of the body. So, Archangel Gabriel is acknowledging that you are being challenged right now because everything that you are facing comes back to who you are as a healer and your calling. And there's resistance in some of your chakras that causes a hindrance in the flow of the energy. Do you feel, beloved, that in order to give space to your calling, your gifts, you have to sacrifice? Do you feel like it comes with too much sacrifice and you'd rather not? That you want to be or do something totally different? Are you in conflict with your calling? Do you feel like it's not what you would have chosen? Do you feel like it comes with too much anxiety and too much discomfort? That the expectation is for you to deal with things that you prefer not to? Do you feel like it comes with too much backlash? Well, you are being reminded that you are a beautiful light and a wise spirit, and that it's only the material mantle, this illusion of a reality, which is our human experience, that disguises who you truly are. If you are finding yourself seeking comfort, well-being, ease, the answers outside of yourself, you have self-abandoned. And this could be why it's manifesting in the ways that it is, with conflict, misunderstandings, illness, symptoms that you can't explain, no one can explain. Your body is crying out to you, calling out to you, summoning you. And you're avoiding a part of yourself. Your message is about hope. The Archangel Gabriel brings you hope, wants to remind you that hope is a powerful remedy. Envision yourself surrounded by the pure light. Envision that Archangel Gabriel is channeling this to you, especially in the moments where you feel anxious, you feel sad, you feel frustrated. Allow the white ray of light to purify you, to purify the blockages in the energy centers. It might seem too simple. How can just imagining that something is happening make it so? It does. Try it consistently. Archangel Gabriel is saying that you have developed a hyper independence and a sense of pride around it. That this is an arrogance that is associated with your ego's false sense of control and worth. It's time to release that. It's not easy. Nobody says it's easy. No one says it's meant to be easy. The deconstruction of an illusion, the deconstruction of a false identity, is no less painful than anything that you perceive to be real. So the Archangel Gabriel brings you hope and encourages you to cultivate the energy, the feeling of hope, to cultivate and deliberately focus on thoughts and perspectives that activate hope. When you're thinking a thought, or you're thinking about a past memory, or you're thinking about something that has happened, ask yourself, is this train of thought my ideas, how I'm looking at it, when I'm telling myself about it, does it invoke hope? And if it doesn't, your ego has hijacked your process and is leading you down a vibrational journey that takes you lower and lower. It's unpleasant there. Hope indicates that the sun is about to come out in an area of your life. And the angel wisdom reminds you that your spirit is immensely resilient and powerful. So keep faith with your dreams and your visions. Remember, the universe wants you to have your heart's desire. It is simply waiting for you to believe that you deserve it before the angels bring it to you. Do your part by deciding what you truly want, and then claim it. So many of us are in the habit of knowing what we want, but then we focus on all the reasons why everybody around us did not give it to us, and why they're wrong, and what was wrong with that, and what is missing. So, I want to ask, I'm going to bring through messages about, specifically about love, health, and money. Because your 3D relationships are your teachers. They're a physical manifestation. They're guiding you towards where your next breakthrough is. And we are not ever going to be done with this, beloved. So if you're feeling exhausted, and if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's not because of the process, it's because of how you're looking at it. Because you might have decided that you shouldn't have to do it, or the resistance you're feeling is because of somebody else or what someone else has done. It is a misalignment. Your energy right now is the Chariot. And the Chariot is about the two dragons, you see. You have a white and a black dragon. The one is not good, the one is not bad. The one pulls, their focus is different. Okay, it's two parts of you. And in order for your Chariot to move towards your destination without any hindrance, these dragons need to be moving in the same direction. They need to be in agreement. This is the heart and the mind. This is the part of you that is soul, source, and the part of you that is ego. This is your thinking self and your inner being. Are they in alignment? If you have not experienced alignment in your life, if you're feeling like things are not moving, things are not happening the way they should, something is wrong, my health is not right, something is out of balance, I don't feel right, that is information. Your body's communicating to you, your environment is communicating to you that you are out of alignment. So we want to look at what guidance the Archangel Gabriel wants to bring through for you in the area of love, health, and money. Is there a misalignment in all of these areas? Is there something you could be aware of that you could begin to give to implement your processes with, so that you can facilitate more alignment? You make the decision. This is just information. The fact that the Chariot is here, this is the energy of Gemini as well, that could be relevant to you, but it's the two sides that exist in the one being. It is also symbolic of the divine masculine and feminine. It's the duality that is the basis of our existence, and us constantly seeking and reaching for harmony within it. The Archangel Gabriel bringing the white ray of purification, that white light. The white light is all the colors combined. All the colors of the rainbow combined makes white. That's all of your chakras in alignment. So before I go into love, health, and money, I want to share with you the different energy centers and the areas of our lives that the phases, the periods that govern those energy centers and the areas of our lives. Just as a reminder for those of you who might be new, or those of you who have heard me speak about it before, perhaps you've had coaching sessions with me and I've taught you all of this. This is just a reminder. When you incarnate from the time of your birth to approximately 7 years old, you are being initiated through the root chakra. Your sense of self, your sense of your entire world is your community, your tribe. For some of you, your tribe was only your mom and your dad. For some of you, your tribe was an entire village. For some of you, your tribe was your extended family, grandparents, aunts, uncles. They embodied for you your roots, because in each and every one of them, they carried the information, the traumas, the joys, the victories, the talents that is your ancestry, your connection to the earth and your connection to your loved ones, those who have come before you, who have passed their genetics onto you. You've learned what this world is, what this reality is within that period of time. Your nervous system, your immune system developed outside of the womb as you've accumulated information. You will have a key person that you can think of. For me, it's my maternal grandmother. She was one of my primary caregivers in that period. And she embodied for me the most beautiful aspects of this reality: love, joy, sunshine, fullness, being fully seen. And my childhood, even though it was really, really difficult, my foundation, my core, always that seemed to be a light that constantly shone into the world. So I always had hope. That is the first 7 years of your life. And if you've experienced disruptions there, if you experienced or you witnessed trauma there in your tribe or your community or with those people, if that family, if they struggled with substance abuse or mental illness, this would have had an impact on your root chakra. Now, it would be nice if we could just spend a month with a spiritual teacher, or a month at a retreat, or a month doing ayahuasca, or doing any nature medicine, and then we never have to think about our root chakra again. But it is counterproductive to the state of being that we as a soul chose. So think about it. If you've chosen to incarnate where you are going to then take on, adopt, contrast in your root chakra, you're taking on ancestral talents, gifts, but also the contrast of that. Like here, you have the two sides. You saying, I don't want to have to deal with that, I should never have had that, is a rejection of your sacred contract. Because as a soul, you must have known that there is value. That it's not only the comfortable and the pretty that deserves love. That the bitter medicine also should be honored. And in your resistance to do that on a regular basis, whenever your root chakra highlights to you that it needs some and deserves some, for you to come home to it, to sit with it in your process, in your meditations, in your journal work, and in the way that you meet money, career, family, because you're feeling a little bit triggered. What we do is the ego says run, reject them. You're rejecting a part of yourself. I want to imprint upon you that this has to be a lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? That it is an opportunity for us to meet with this part of ourselves over and over as we meet new layers of growth in the root chakra. Now let me move on to the next phase. From 7, the next 7 years, that's from 7 to 14. I needed to count that. We're being initiated through the belly chakra. Now the belly chakra, mom, dad, we begin to see them as individuals. Before that, they're sort of an extension of this whole that is the community, whatever your tribe is. Maybe 2 people, maybe 10 people, maybe 50. From 7 until 14, they become the center of your initiation. How they treat themselves, how they treat you, suddenly you become very, very conscious of how they respond to you, how they treat you. Maybe things you didn't give too much meaning to before. How they engage with one another, their relationships, what they allow, how they treat themselves. And your sense of self is embodied in what you witness in mom and dad, the absence thereof. So often I will say to mothers who I coach, the greatest gift you can give your child is not money, it's not things, it's not the best schools, it's not where they live, it's a happy mother. And I say to fathers too, the best gift you can give your children is a happy mother. A lot of the nervous system is being developed through that engagement. So if there was abandonment, if there was trauma, if there was abuse by mom or dad or neglect, or they abused themselves, that was still abuse for you. The belly chakra, which governs, the root chakra governs money, home, career, and tribe, extended family. The belly chakra governs romance and intimacy. So if it doesn't matter what your age is, if you found that there is a block or something you struggle with when it comes to intimacy, whether it is feeling comfortable being fully naked with someone, or there are certain things that you just cannot bring yourself to do or allow anyone to do, and you don't know why, you'd like to. Sorry about my cough, guys. I had a cold, and this is what recovery looks like. That's the root chakra, 7 to 14. So something happened there. Now, it didn't necessarily happen with mom or dad. It could have been something that happened at school or from a stranger. But how mom or dad reacted to it, or your fear to tell them, or we internalize so much then of the interaction and the environment there. Or their inability to see it. Even if you know there was no way that they could have seen it, they were not there. The inner child, there's a part of you that feels like, if you loved me and you were tuned into me, you wouldn't have known something was wrong with me. That could sometimes be the case. And in sessions, coaching sessions, we can go into a lot more depth around this. I just want to give you this information because Archangel Gabriel is telling me that I should, and I just want to touch on it. That governs intimacy, your romantic relationships, sexual relationships, and honor, your capacity to honor and allow yourself to be honored. This can manifest in a number of ways, and when you've gone through some growth, this can manifest as you having a healthy relationship but not being able to allow yourself to be happy in it. It's a fear of intimacy. You're rejecting the experience, even if it's right in front of you, focusing on other things that are going wrong, too afraid to allow yourself to rest in that intimacy. 14 to, what would that be? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. From 14 to 21, you're being initiated through the solar plexus. this is where you gain your independence. People who are codependent, solar plexus are blocked. Their beliefs, their identity, their beliefs about who and what God is, their beliefs about religion, their beliefs about races, their beliefs about people, their beliefs about the world. If you have not completely abandoned what your family believes and you've gained your own ideas, you have not initiated through your belly chakra properly. Trust resides there. And if you have trust with issues, it's a belly chakra thing. And then in the next 7 years, what would that be? From 21 to 27, you're initiated through the heart chakra. Love, loving yourself, loving your body. There's a lot of conflict that comes up, a lot of masking and wanting to be loved and searching for love outside of ourselves. This is the process of initiation where we've got to witness how wrong we can get things so we can learn and grow. The heart chakra is associated with your ability to heal. Whether you're a seer, a light worker, your gift can manifest in a number of different ways. It has to channel through this. But the heart chakra is also affected by everything that came before it. So a lot of that comes up and surfaces in that period. And how you cope with it, some turn to drugs, some turn to promiscuity, some people turn to whatever. Very seldom do we go inwards at this period. Some people decide that they're going to find the perfect lover to make them to fill that. And then later realize that that was not enough or the ideal path. From 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 27 to 34, we're being initiated through the throat chakra. And then from 34 to 41, it used to be known as a midlife crisis in the past. Suddenly, the entire world is deconstructed, all the illusions and what you thought this world was. And you see behind the veil, you see all the... This is when some of the conspiracies are really, really highlighted. But you don't just go along with the status quo anymore. You begin to realize that what you believed, there's more to it. Now, these things happen incrementally at different stages in your life. It doesn't only happen in these phases, but usually within these periods, this is when you're really being initiated through elevating the chakras, and so on. So, alignment is learning how to recognize where the information is guiding you and how to meet yourself in these energy centers, and then how to bring alignment. And you bring alignment through a feeling. You cultivate the feeling, and you do that by choosing your thought. You are the only person that can create alignment in your experience, in your body, in your mind, in your soul. Only you. Nobody else. Not a teacher, not a guru. Nobody else. I can teach, I can guide, but you're the one that holds all the power. Now, let's move on. Let's see what the Archangel Gabriel wants to bring through for you about love. What is the general energy when it comes to love? Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords shows that there is misalignment. The Nine of Swords is depression. The Nine of Swords is not being in a healthy mental state. Thinking thoughts, holding on to beliefs and ideas that are keeping you in a place where new opportunities cannot come. And then that validates the limiting beliefs that you are beating the drum of. Because yes, it's not happening. And yes, see, I'm sick. And yes, see, this symptom is not going away. And yes, see, this is happening over and over and over. And nobody believes me. Well, it is manifesting for you because you are in the vibrational vicinity of the Nine of Swords, where you are blocking any goodness, any abundance, any new opportunities from coming in. You're stuck in a dark night of the soul. And for some of you, you've been there before. So you're like, why am I here again? As a medicine woman or man, you will venture into the dark woods over and over collecting medicine for the next wave of what is to come in our evolution. If you feel like going into the woods is unpleasant, you will not go in when the call comes for you to go and collect your medicine. Then, when the wave of energy manifests in the collective, where the collective is meant to process, face certain shadows, and then meet people like us, have their medicine, meet with their medicine, drink it, and then expand to a higher level of consciousness on that subject, you will get lost. It's like being a nurse at the front line of the war. You're there tending to, you're the one with the skills, you're the surgeon, the doctor, or whatever, the nurse tending to the people who have been injured. But now you're standing in the middle of the battlefield. That's how you're feeling. And that's how it's going to feel all the time. This is what it means to rely on your thinking self, on the ego. When you have already awoken to the fact that you are a soul having a human experience. You are the one that, if you want more alignment, needs to make a different choice. So in love, there is a show of misalignment. And for some of you, this is a warning. For others of you, this is information. So you can then make an informed decision. All right, Archangel Gabriel, what is the guidance? What does my collective need to see? We've got the Hierophant and the Six of Swords. I'm seeing two paths before me. One is that the Archangel Gabriel is making very clear that this is supposed to be a connection, a relationship that ascends to the highest degree. This is divine union. This is you being together, experiencing the highest form of love, commitment, marriage for some of you, whatever that looks like. I've got the Hierophant. And the relationship allows both of you to ascend. If there's more than one person in your relationship, all of you to ascend. There is also some movement coming in, meant to come in for travel. Either your person traveling to you or you traveling to them, or some kind of movement that allows this to happen. It's going to be different for all of you. That is the one behind the one door. Behind the other door is that this is not going to happen. That your person's going to let go, or something's going to happen and you're going to feel like you have to let go. Because of where you've been, because of this misalignment. And this is the thing. You can be focusing on one subject. You can be focusing on work and what you don't like there and wrestling with it. If you're doing that for a month, 2, 3 months, eventually it filters into your relationship, into money, into home, into everything else. And this is the same for all of us. It's not different. I'm not the exception to the rule. This is the physics of our reality. So for some of you, there's going to be a separation. For some of you, an opportunity is going to come out of nowhere that's going to take your person further away from you. And you're going to feel, and it's not going to be comfortable. But Archangel Gabriel wants me to let you know that you come back around. Which door you walk through depends on you. Okay, and what you do with the information that I'm offering you today. But there is growth at the end of this. It's just that for some of you, it's going to get harder before it gets better. Okay, but there is growth in this connection, in this relationship, and this is a higher level of love and connection. Right, let's look at health. What is the overall energy when it comes to health? We've got the Four of Wands. All right, so if you've been worried about your health, Spirit wants you to know you've got nothing to worry about. The symptoms, it's information. For those of us who have awoken, who have come, who are light workers, seers, who have come here to be a part of the collective that consciously experiences who you are, who we are as a collective. You are going to have some of your communication come through your body. Your body is going to channel where you want to meet yourself for the highest good of the collective. Now, you might not feel like that's fair. Why should I have symptoms and feel sick for a week or two for the collective? Everybody should do their own thing. Nobody even cares about me. Well, that's where your work begins. You are here for a higher purpose. And you have the capacity. And Archangel Gabriel is reminding me that at the beginning of the reading, that's why the message came through. You play it small. You see yourself as a lot less or smaller than you truly are. But you have nothing serious to worry about when it comes to your health. Look at this. It's the Five of Wands. I kid you not, when I looked at this, I saw Four of Wands. And now when I look down, Five of Wands. So what you're experiencing and what is your reality is not real. You're experiencing Five of Wands, which is conflict. There is a conflict of value. There is a conflict of where you're putting your focus, what you're prioritizing. And you feel like you're all over the show. And this is manifesting as poor health. But in reality, your health is not poor. You're going through an initiation. You are being guided to the next level in union within yourself. Between you and who you are as a soul. Between the idea of who you are and the healer within you. And so forth. Wow. What else? For you, beloved, your doctors won't find any. They will probably make you feel like you're delusional, because they will not. There's no physical evidence of it. There is no reality that matches these symptoms. The symptoms is information, and it is psychosomatic. It is energetic. It is information that is letting you know, right, this is where you want to spend your next day of process. You want to channel the love, the honor into this space. Oh, it's the root chakra that's calling for your attention. This is where you want to channel your medicine. The root chakra is about what? Respect, stability. So in your meditation work, in your journaling, in how you engage, in your focus, in your intentions, you then bring that energy to the table. This has to become, we have to master this. This is who we truly are. Two of Wands. You're dying to an old version of yourself. That's what's happening with your health. You cannot hold on to the past and where you're headed. But you're still sentimental about things that have, and I say this to clients a lot in coaching sessions, your ego is addicted to the drama. Your ego is addicted to the worry. Your sense of identity and sense of worth has been in the fact that you're the victim and everybody else is making you uncomfortable. And so you're this hero that is overcoming that all the time. Now when there's no more villain in your story, your sense of self, your sense of worth is being challenged because the brain is still addicted to looking for things to be unhappy about. And it seems crazy because all you've ever wanted to be was happy, but your nervous system has regulated to that mess. Now it's got to regulate to the happy. And you've got to be patient with it. You've got to guide it there. And that's what the Two of Wands is. It's about choosing the future deliberately. Even when you think about something from the past, are you focusing on it with forward focus? Or is your thinking taking you back? Is your thinking regressing you? Is your thinking serving you and uplifting you? Or is your thinking pulling you down? That's the choice between the past and the future. And that's what's happening for you. The good news is that you don't have anything serious to worry about. This is not going to result in some serious condition. It's not real. Okay. You've got the Knight of Cups. Choose to meet yourself with this challenge around your health from a place of love. So ask yourself, what would the loving thing be for me to do here? Which space would help me to cultivate more love? Would it be going on a retreat? Would it be doing my meditation? Would it be working with a spiritual teacher and coach? Would it be doing some shadow work? Would it be focusing on something else? You get to decide. You're the creator of your reality and the director of your experience. But the Archangel Gabriel is saying that there is healing being offered. There is this cup being offered. You just need to take it. Also that there will be relief or release soon. A breakthrough will be coming in soon. Okay. More clarity comes in for you regarding this. Now let's take a look at money. What is the overall energy with money? Six of Wands. All right. Money's good. Money is good. Money is an area in which you have more alignment than health and relationship. If I were you, instead of trying, if you feel a lot of resistance around maybe doing work or doing healing work or doing any kind of processes, you just get tired with it, I would focus more of my energy on my money and how abundant I am and what's working out for me there. I take my focus away from all the other stuff because that will then amplify and filter into the other areas. That's what I would do. That's a cheat code. That's a shortcut. What else? What else? Strength, yeah? And the Fool. Yeah. Money is the area in which you have the highest frequency active. You're abundant. And that's great because imagine not feeling healthy, not feeling great, and you don't have money. You're poor on the street, sleeping in your car. Or imagine having challenges around issues of the heart, and you have to stress about paying bills. So there is favor. Your favor is that you have a connection here that is already in your life or coming in very, very soon, that is meant to be a beautiful part of your story. This is divine union. This is a soulmate. And you're meant to grow together. Also, with your health, even though you're uncomfortable, you have unpleasant symptoms and you're a little bit worried about it, it's not real. There's nothing to be worried about. Money, you're doing good. This is your message. This is the way Archangel Gabriel wanted me to do it for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section. So many nuggets here, precious nuggets here. And if you were just to watch this video a couple of times, write it down, implement the processes, the little techniques, and the advice, you would do yourself a world of good. Whatever you choose to do, beautiful soul, you are enough. You are beautiful. You are a gift unto the world. And the universe, your guides, your keepers, the non-physical, and all of creation, every soul honors and thanks you, even if their human self cannot do so consciously. Love and light. See you next time. Bye now.